This is Glenn Rice with Clearview Sewer Cams. We're located at 1284 South Citrus Ave, Los Angeles, California, 90019. Today is February 20th, 2025. We're performing a video waste and sewer line inspection through a 2.5 inch cast iron waste line located on the rear right-hand corner of the house. This is a 4-unit apartment unit, and this goes out towards our driveway area here. This goes towards our garages at the rear, and again, this is our 2.5 inch cast iron clean out. We did attempt to put a mini cam through, but the buildup in the cast iron is quite a bit of buildup, so we switched over to a micro cam. So again, we're just going to push our micro cam through and attempt to push out as far as we can. And again, hopefully we can push all the way out towards the front of the property and attempt to get all the way out towards the front of the property and hopefully locate an area where a mainline cleanout should go. So again, we're just going to pause the mic here and attempt to push through. Again, we'll just continue to push out. We're utilizing running some water to help us push out as well. And again, we do have a micro cam in the line just due to the openings. We did see a little short section of some ABS, but again, what we'll do is we'll just continue to push out, and we'll push out as far as we can with the micro cam, and again, possibly locate an area for a mainline sewer clean out. Again, around the exterior of the structure, there was no accessible lines. There's a few cast iron fittings that are there. They appear to be pretty much sealed shut. The only way to open those would be to cut them open. So this does appear to be at the very end. So again, we're going to pause here for a moment. We'll locate this area. Okay, again, we went ahead and attempted to locate this area, but we do have all the electricals in the ground, and so it's throwing my locator all over the place. We do have power lines at the rear of the property. Again, it does appear that I do see that it's been lined. As we pull back, it does appear to be a CIPP cured in place liner. You can see that we have a liner here. So again, we're just going to kind of pull back a little bit, and we'll try to get once we pull back more, we can get a better idea which way we're running. Are we running towards the front of the property, towards the rear? But again, you can see here that this line here had been lined with a CIPP cured in place liner. So again, we'll continue to pull back. And as we pull back, we transition back into what appears to be black ABS sewer pipe. So again, we'll pull back slowly, see if we could possibly locate. There's a transition there. You can see we're transitioning back into cast iron. So what we'll do is we'll push back out, and we're going to try to locate this area. We didn't have any luck locating initially, but we'll try this area. We were in a kind of going downhill, so maybe at the top here, we'll see if we can locate this. So we'll pause here for a moment. Okay, again, we went ahead and attempted to locate this area, but again, it's a little difficult with the electrical on the ground. As we pull back, you can see there's a short section of ABS plastic sewer piping that as we pulled back and we transitioned back into cast iron. We did notice up at the front of the property along the driveway, we could see a saw cut. And what we'll do is we'll pull back from here and again possibly push all the way out, go to the next clean out and see if we can possibly open that up and push all the way out and see if we're running out towards the front of our property. Again, we are in cast iron waistline. You can see the cast iron does have some buildup. You can see there's a tie in there, some water coming down. One of the tenants possibly running some water. And again, it does have some buildup, some scaling, but it does appear that possibly at one time it might have been cleaned or hydrojetted. The diameter of the pipe doesn't have as quite much buildup through it as it should for a period of the home. So again, as we pull back and transition up and back into a short section of what appears to be black ABS waistline. And again, we did notice another opening on the front right-hand corner of the property, and it appears to be a ABS, so we're going to try to push out from there. You can see in this area here, I'm going to push back out a little bit. You can see here, you can see the bottom of the cast iron piping does appear to be eroded away. You can see there at the bottom, it's kind of missing a section of pipe there. And again, this is the waste just at the bottom of the clean out at the rear right-hand corner. So again, we're going to pause for a moment. We're going to relocate ourselves. Okay, we went ahead and relocated ourselves to another 2-inch cast iron clean out, again on the front right-hand corner of the complex, and we're going to zero out here. Oh, I'm counter on the micro is not zeroing out, but again, we'll just push out from here, and again attempt to push out.
You're going to switch his camera and then you're going to tell me who you go with.
As we push out, we push back out, and we're transitioning to the liner. So there is a liner right at the front of the property. Again, we'll just continue to push out and attempt to push all the way out towards our city sewer. And there's our liner. And it appears to be a short section of ABS and another liner. And we got some debris on our camera lens. What we'll do is we'll just continue to push out, and I'll run some water from the rear and see if we can try to clear this up. But again, we'll just try to get all the way out as far as we can, and then once we get out, we can try to clear our camera lens and see what we can see on the way back. There's just quite a bit of debris in the line. So again, we got the water run, and again, help us push out. So again, we're just going to pause here for a moment. So again, as we pull back, we're pulling back, and we're in black ABS or vitreous clay sewer piping, and then it transitions back into what appears to be cast iron sewer piping. And again, into what appears to be a liner. And again, we'll just continue to pull back. We're going to try to switch cameras and see if we could possibly make it with our mini cam and possibly push all the way out into our city sewer. But again, you can see that's a liner. It's got a few short sections of liner. So again, we'll pull back. We're going to switch cameras real quick. Okay, again, we switched over to our mini cam. This is our mini cam here. And we're going to just go ahead and zero out here at the edge of the clean out. And we're just going to attempt to push out and see if we can push all the way out. So again, we're just going to pause our mic here and attempt to push out. Okay, we pushed out. We pushed all the way out into our city sewer tie-in. You can see all the water flowing beneath us. That is our city sewer tie-in. So what we're going to do is we're going to pause here for a moment. We're going to shut all our water down. We'll pull back and take a good look. Okay, again, we made it all the way out to our city sewer tie-in. As you can see, this is our city sewer tie-in in front of us. And we're just going to pull back slowly and take a good look as we pull back. And we'll just take a good look. There's a little bit of residual water running. You can see. So we're just going to pull back slowly. It does appear to be concrete sewer piping. Had a little bit of offset there in the saddle just before the tie-in. And we're in a concrete lateral here. So again, we'll continue to pull back. And you got some residual water. The units are occupied, so people are running water here and there. As we pull back, we transition into what appears to be vitreous clay sewer piping. A little bit of concrete overpouring that transition. And that joint appears to be in fair condition. And that joint there, you can see you do have a large root intrusion coming in pretty much from the 6 o'clock all the way up and around to about the 3 or 4 o'clock area. So again, we'll continue to pull back. Again, we did attempt to locate several times, but with the power in the ground, it's proven a little difficult to locate these areas. And again, we transition back into concrete sewer piping, and then we transition into what appears to be vitreous or cast iron sewer piping. So again, we'll continue to pull back and make a little bit of a turn, coming up. And you can see here we're transitioning back into what appears to be a CIPP cured in place liner. So they did do some repairs, but again, we're coming up a little bit of a chimney, a little bit of a stack there. We're pulling back. You can see that we're still within a liner, and as we pull back, we transition into black ABS sewer piping. And again, we transition back into a liner. So there has been several repairs. And again, we did attempt to locate some of these areas, but with the electrical on the ground, it's just making it a little difficult. As we're going to push in a little bit, and we'll pull back just a little bit more. We'll just pause here for a moment. We're going to try to locate this area. Okay, we went ahead and located this area, and we were able to locate a 4-inch ABS mainline sewer clean out on the front right-hand corner of the property. It's buried underneath a bush, a large bush there. There's a 4-inch riser coming up in the middle of the bush. I did place a red flag to identify the area. So as we pull back, we transition back into cast iron sewer pipe, and you can see the cast iron sewer pipe had been lined with a CIPP cured in place liner. So there is sections of the cast iron waste line that had been lined. You can see we're in a CIPP cured in place liner, and again, this is in our waste. So again, we're continuing to pulling back towards our clean out. Make a little bit of a turn, a little short section of ABS plastic there, and then we transition back into cast iron, and we're going to make a little bit of a turn, and we're heading back towards our clean out. And we're going to come up and out of our clean out, and that will conclude our video waste and sewer line inspection.